Pumarin, Cui, and Harencio. On the part of Tanduay, we find Mon Fernandez playing that leadership role. There is Padim Israel keeping an eye on the backcourt, Hubalde, Mamaril, and Esquera. Esquera, Hubalde, and Mon Fernandez playing with 3 personal fouls each. Padim with 2.
Okay, so that last big effort now for Magnolia is in there. That's Gidabin and Dignadisa, both with 4 personals.
Great shooting coming from Cui. Kept his composure. Knocked in his 4th point. That's going to be a foul after a missed hook shot from Mamaril.
Yes, that time Abed Gidabin had very good positioning inside, and Mamaril hit him on the back of the shoulder.
Dignadice and Kiraben playing with 4 personal fouls. From Rainbow Country. It's a 7-point lead being enjoyed by Tanduay Rum Makers, 92-85.
That's the right thing to do. They're pressing the players because there's no point guard for Tanduay, and they're successful.
Drive and draw by Harencio.
Oh!
And, he was off the mark. Pumarin was so way off the mark.
Very tentative attempt by Franz Pumarin. 3rd personal.
Watch it once more on this miss. He's so effective from Rainbow Country. Short air ball, and here comes Kidaben, an outlet going to Harencio. He can burn rubber, sees the opening.
And it's going to count. Nice move by Pido Harencio. You know, he looked to the right. He faked a pass to the right and then just went inside. That would be nice to catch in slow-mo. Okay, watch him look to the right there. He makes his bid, gets the 2 points, but it's now a bonus shot.
3rd personal foul going against Padim Israel, and the X factor here in this ball game for Magnolia is Harencio. Looking now for his 20th point for a 3-point play.
That's a big point production for a reserve. Huh?
Yes, and he ended the half with 13, along with a rainbow shot.
Okay, there's a full court press again, and the Rum Makers are beleaguered at this point. They don't have a point guard in there, because both Oncho de la Cruz and Tony Torrente have 5 personals against, for each other.
Mismatch in height, and Padim Israel was posting low. Cui will be covering him. He got lost in the shift. Interception by Harencio. Like walking in the park.
Well, Coach Tring Valenzuela will have to send in a point guard now. Anyway, both Torrente and De La Cruz have 5 personals each. But then he'll have to take a gamble, and maybe never mind if one or two, even both of them should foul out.
Good bounce pass coming from Hubalde, and play completed by Mon Fernandez. Cui takes it from the wings, and he has been doing it. He has come up with 6 points here in the second half. It is now a 2-point Tanduay lead. From Rainbow Country, offline. Magnolia can tie the ball game. Good catch by Kiraben.
Yes, and you know, I'm sure the forwards and the centers of a team, particularly now from Tanduay, just appreciate how much the value of a point guard. You know, it's very hard to bring that ball up, huh? And they're finding out right now.
Well, first of all, you have to change your roles. Then number 2, when you stay in the back court, you become unfamiliar to it. They've got 3 seconds of the shot clock. Just in time, just in time.
Big basket by Ito Esquera.
He is also the X factor of Tanduay Rum Makers, 25 big points. Harencio, on the other hand, for Magnolia, 22 points. He's backing up Kiraben's 24. The 8th point of Dignadice, only our 5th deadlock. 8 minutes, 52 seconds. He will go for a 3-point play. It is against Kiraben for his 5th personal foul. Prior to the timeout, you saw Norman Black on his feet, signaling for a switch, meaning that he was saying to Kiraben, keep away from Mon Fernandez, who's now trying to complete his three-point play, and at the same time, a hand signal to Dignadice to cover Mon
Right.
Fernandez.
Yes. So Mamaril's out of the ball game. Vic Sanchez has come into the ball game. That will be the man of Abed Kidaben now.
Here's Dignadice trying to curl away from Sanchez, and a foul is going to go against Sanchez, who tried to belly up. That'll be his fifth personal foul. Time is 8:37. Here are the players. Foul trouble. Kidaben, De La Cruz, and Torrente. And that's what Wagner's been saying. Backcourt people of Tanduay in trouble.
Right. And no Henry Ralao. He's down in the flu.
Juan Fernandez knocks it away from Kidaben. At Magnolia will keep it.
But good hustle by both Cui and Fernandez, but Fernandez was stepping on the baseline.
Magnolia looking for the tying basket. A jump shot from Harencio. Good positioning by the defensive specialist. It is corrected, met by Comaren. 8-14. Both squads playing with 3 team fouls. That's why only by 2. Nice curl, good cover. Dignadice was there to shut the door. They take it away from Sanchez.
That's right. Compliments of Parencio.
Good inside pass intended for Kidaben.
Oh, he might have-
Harencio down on the floor. May have twisted his right
Right.
ankle.
I did see it. I think it's his left ankle. Let's see if we get that in slow-mo again. Oh, that's going to hurt Magnolia. Watch. He's going inside. His left foot.
Slid.
Oh.
Oh, wait a minute. You saw it, and
What?
it's just accidental.
Right, accidental. Actually, Mon Fernandez was coming inside, and that foot of Parencio got in contact with Mon Fernandez.
And speaking of Mon Fernandez, he has already posted a score of 36 points, a conference high. Watch the feet. Well, it looked like more of a slide.
Right. I think he slipped on his own. So no contact with Mon Fernandez there. He just twisted his ankle. That's going to hurt Magnolia because, like you were saying, the X factor here is Harencio for Magnolia. Mon Fernandez already with the conference high.
36 points. Harencio knocking in 22 points. He started out coming off the bench, making 2 from the line, and then exploded with 9 during the second quarter. We have a timeout. The foul went against Esquera, and Harencio appears to be okay. Cui is open from the wings. Juan Fernandez pulling down his 8th rebound. 5 and 3. Here is Mon. It's the open man from the corner. It's a low one for Padin.
You know, Mon was already in the paint and he could have gone for the basket, but he saw an open Padim Israel outside, and Padim shoots very well from that area.
Israel only had a basket during the first quarter. That's how he ended during the half. Then he came up with 7 points in the third, and that was his 11th point.
Nice tip in by Ricky Cui. Good positioning inside. Nobody backs him out.
And Cui has come up with 6 points out of his 8 right here in the fourth. All of his 8 points happening here in the second half.
Okay, they're clearing the lane for Mon Fernandez. But again, that's the versatility in Mon Fernandez. Earlier it was Padim Israel he gave the pass to, and now the assist pass to Esquera.
And Esquera hit from 21 feet for his 27th point.
There's the outlet pass, but Franz Pumaran a little bit too fast there.
Well, Mon Fernandez knew that Pumarin was there, but he already executed the shuttle pass. He wanted to recall that baseball pass. Couldn't do it. The foul is going to be against Torrente, and that's it for him. It's a short night with 6 minutes and 33 in this ball game.
So that's it for Tony Torrente, and as our direct would say, car barn. Anyway,
he's got 6 points, partner, and 2 offensive rebounds.
Okay, let's see if Coach Turing Valenzuela is going to take
no choice
to return Onchi De La Cruz. He has no choice with 6 minutes and 33 seconds to go. So very, very important here. De La Cruz will just have to let his man, if he's in shooting position, take the attempt and not foul him. Because if Onchi should foul out, it's going to be very difficult for Tanduay because they have no point guard left. Henry Ralao is down with the flu.
Kidaben knocked in 14 points during the first quarter. Then had a basket for 16. That's how he ended during the half. Had to be sitting down because of 3 personal fouls. It went up to 4. But he came back in the third quarter. He knocked in 6. And making now 26 points. 4 of that here in the fourth quarter. He's also pulled down 8 defensive rebounds and 1 shot block. Kidabin. Juan Fernandez on the outside. Ignatius crouching low. Maybe a one-on-one situation. Harecho waiting for him. Knocked away by Ignatius. Time 6 minutes and 17. And Sanchez is rested. We have the return of Ubalde. 9 on the shot clock for Tanduay Rum Makers. In front only by 2 points. Mon Fernandez. Difficult shot. Almost lost his footing. That's the reason why. Outlet now to Harencio. His ankle is okay. That's a one-hander.
Should be a foul on Itoy Esquera. Let's see, because Itoy did block the path of Pido Harencio. Yes, that's going to be Esquera's foul. Watch that in slow-mo. All of a sudden, Pido said, hey, who's this guy in front of me?
And Esquera was moving.
Right, he was moving. Very clear foul by Itoy Esquera.
That'll be his 5th personal foul.
So we have 4 players in foul trouble. De La Cruz, Sanchez, Esquera of Tanduay, and Abed Kidabin for Magnolia. Franz Pumaren goes back to the bench. Hec Calma comes in. So Coach Norman Black still continuing with his 2-point guards. And it is paying off, partner.
You know, prior to today's game, Harencio only saw action in one game. Played for 23 minutes. Came up with an average. Well, 4 points. That's an average. That's what he made during that game. And tonight, oh, it's like night and day. 23 big points. The X factor for the ice cream makers. Turnaround shot coming from Padim. Down on the floor. Here comes the big man. Going to the small man. Calma will take the point. Looking for the open man. Here's the hot man. Tries to disengage.
Oh,
yes. No
to...
basket.
Sorry, miss for Pido Harencio. But I like the way he's playing, huh? With a lot of confidence, even challenging players like Fernandez and, I don't know, Ubalde.
Well, Ubalde gets his patented fadeaway shot. He was ice cold during the first half, didn't get a basket. Now that was his 12, all happening here in the second half. 5 minutes and 16 to go. It's a close game.
Right, and Tanduay already has 16 fouls while Magnolia only has 3. So Magnolia should get that 7th foul from the Rum Makers.
Dignadice getting the field now. He's been averaging 15 points. Tonight has nailed down his 10th point. Juan Fernandez with a conference high of 36 points. Time, 4 minutes and 53 to go. Tanduay looking for that very first win, trying to break an 0-3 standing.
Ives Dignadisa with 5 personal fouls. So both their tall players, Kidabin and Dignadisa, have 5 apiece. Sanchez comes into the ball game for Itoy Esquera.
Juan Fernandez from the corner. He gets away from Dignadice.
Very difficult now because both these tall men of Magnolia have 5 personal fouls. So it'll be up to Cui, Calma, and Harencio to double team Juan Fernandez.
Magnolia trailing by 3. No, forget about that because we've got another 2-pointer coming from Cui, and he definitely has taken over. He's knocked in 8 out of his 10. Looking now for the lead. Should they score? Dignadice does a one-hander. Got distracted with Mon Fernandez defending.
Intimidation by Mon Fernandez. He's not only scoring, assisting, rebounding. He's intimidating too.
Difficult shot by Padim Israel. He was awkward. Off balance. Calma. Cui from the outside, from Rainbow Country, he gets an air ball.
You know, he's been hitting them all evening, and then right now when they need it most, he gets an air ball. But you know, Tanduay has been having a very poor shot selection in their past 3 plays. We've got a timeout. We'll be back.
The matchup, Reyes against Ubalde. Dignadice covering now Mon Fernandez.
So that's what they're doing. They're letting Mon go one-on-one.
There's a cut and a good catch by De La Cruz.
What an assist pass again by Mon Fernandez.
Magnolia trailing by 3. Looking for the open man. That's a cut by Reyes.
He threw up a prayer. He threw up a prayer, Binks.
Unbelievable. And Reyes, 7 points. We're headed towards a cardiac finish. Looking for the open man. He finds it in Padim Israel. Good boxing out by Kidabin. Didn't allow Mon Fernandez to go for the offensive rebound. Reyes wants the pass. Zigzagging.
Oh, he just threw the ball up again and wanted to get a foul. I think he was successful there. A foul. De La Cruz, sixth personal foul. So he fouls out, he gets the carbine too, and we have Ito Esquera coming in. Well, probably for De La Cruz because De La Cruz is fouling out.
And Sanchez is limping.
Oh,
he is limping. He is hurting. And he's walking out of the court and says, I can't do it. I'd like to do it on my knees, but I can't.
Right.
And that is the gallantry of Sanchez.
And you know, very, very seldom do you see Vic really admit that he is hurt. Huh? So that must really be hurting. Let's see if we caught that in slow-mo, that piece of action when Elmer Reyes drove in. Okay, watch. Let's see. Okay, Vic. Oh, that's the knee. I think that's the knee.
There is a
partner.
collision knee to knee, and he caught it on the bad side on the very, very tender spot. And Reyes now has the opportunity to get the lead should he score two from the line. That last foul call against Tanduay just placed the run makers in penalty situation with 3 minutes and a second to go. 5 against Magnolia. When you look at it, the output of Reyes at 9 points is quite low for his average of 14.3 during the past 3 games. Already he has a high of 18.
So the favor should be in Magnolia's side right now because Tanduay has no ball carriers. And that's going to be a very difficult task to bring up that ball, especially if they're being pressed by the Magnolia coffee makers, ice cream makers, excuse me.
While trying to reach in, Reyes draws the foul. That'll be his 4th, but they're inching closer penalty situation. That is now their 16th foul. Time, 2 minutes and 42. Esquera looking for the open man. Hubalde scores a crucial basket.
Very big basket by Freddy Hubalde, considering they're having a difficult time moving that ball around because there's nobody there to orchestrate for them. Nice
jackpot
by Padim Israel.
Not that time. He was waiting for that particular move of Reyes. Second shot blocked by Padim. Drive and draw going to Mamaril, who completes the play.
You know what's happening here, partner, is that Magnolia is forgetting to press Tanduay because there's no ball carrier anymore.
Dignadisa's attempt rimmed out. Here is Padim. He can handle it. Right. He can take the point.
They're just letting them bring up the ball very casually. They should really full court press the ball carriers of Tanduay because they don't have one there.
Time 1 minute and 35. Tanduay by 3 points. Knocked away by Tweed, denying the pass intended for Padim, who was moving without the ball. 5 seconds on the shot clock for Tanduay. By the way, coming up next, our main featured game tonight between the Ginebra squad against the Great Taste Coffee Makers on top of the list. Mon Fernandez puts it up.
Dignadisa fouls out of the ball game. Juan Fernandez was trying to get an offensive rebound off his own missed attempt.
And this is happening with 1 minute and 24 to go. He is the first ice cream maker to leave the ball game because of 6 personal fouls, but not after 10 points and 3 rebounds, 2 and 1. Filling up the vacancy will be Graves. Graves was very steady during the first quarter, contributing 8 points, came back during the third for another 4 for a total of 12 so far, and 6 rebounds, 2 and 4.
You're right, Graves was playing a very steady game. The bench of Magnolia might have forgotten about him.
Graves now will be covering Mamaril, and Mamaril's height, Graves has got to stay nailed on the floor, or else Mamaril may eat him up alive. They have plenty of time. 13 on the shot clock. Looking for the open man. Can't find any. A turnaround shot by Padim. Back rim.
A lot of shoving there, so somebody has to be responsible for a foul. A loose ball foul. Mamaril. Well, he's coming cold from the bench.
But unfortunately, since Tanduay is in penalty situation, that will be sending Graves to the line. What happened there was that Mamaril was trying to jockey for position, trying to go for the offensive rebound. And his aggressiveness made him push Graves a little bit. So Graves now has the opportunity to whittle down that lead, but he missed the first one.
Very short shot by uh, Graves there. You know, he's been shooting 100%, 6 out of 6. So that's a rare miss by Jeffrey Graves.
What you have to appreciate, partners, that he's coming in cold. He sat down on the bench for quite a long time.
Uh-huh. Okay, just a 2-point ball game for Tanduay. A minute, 4 seconds remaining. See, it's very difficult when you don't have a point guard in there to give up the passes.
Quick release by the rifleman. What a key basket, and we have a timeout.
Well, we might as well face it. The choice for if Tanduay should win, the MVP has got to be either only Mon Fernandez or Ito Esguerra. It's going to be a tough choice. Because Esguerra averages only about 7.7 points a game. But then again, Mon Fernandez right now has got the conference high and is close to a triple-double. So it's very difficult.
Here comes Kidaben. They're not through yet.
It's a long time. Okay, they're going to go to the full court press and make it difficult for Tanduay to bring up the ball.
Now, without Dignadice, who covered Mon Fernandez because he was disqualified with 6 personal fouls, Kidaben is forced to take up and cover Mon Fernandez, but Kidaben is playing with 5. Back again to him. Looking for room. He found it. And a timeout quickly asked by Norman Black.
Get 2 points very quickly and then try to go for the interception or the steal. If you cannot, then foul.
Kidaben will force it inside.
Oh,
and he
it's
comes
going to
out on
count.
top with 12 seconds to go. Magnolia very much back in the business.
That's nice to catch that in slow-mo. Let's see how Kidaben did that. 2 on him. That's Hubalde, or rather Esguerra and Fernandez. There was the contact downstairs. So a bonus shot will be given up at Kidaben. Should he miss this intentionally or should he make it? That's a big question mark now, Bingoy, because he can miss the attempt at from the free throw line.
I think that's the reason why he went over to Norman Black.
Right, and hope they get the offensive board.
Well, that's the right thing to do, partner. We will not turn over. We will hang on to. And the reason I sit to win today, and this could be the longest 12 seconds.
Longest 12 seconds, you bet. So let's see how this works out. The thing going for Tanduay, though, in their favor is that they've got very tall players in there to control the board should they miss.
Magnolia is hoping for an interception.
They've got to foul, right. And they fouled Freddy Hubalde. Hubalde, let's see, shoots 64%. So far in this conference, he's been shooting 64%, 9 out of 14. So that might be a good choice. Actually, they had no choice but to foul the player with the ball, and that happened to be Freddy Hubalde, shooting 64% from the line.
But you know, the problem with that type of a stat, partner, is that during crunch time, Hubalde has before, game after game, has proven that he's made of ice.
Right. Not only ice, maybe we should call him the iceberg. Real cold. Cool, rather.
They need one more. Be in front by 3, and he does it. And quickly, Norman Black responds, asking for a timeout. They're behind just by 3 points.
Yes. Both Pumaren and Harencio will be checking in. Okay, they can shoot from the outside, and then they have Ricky Cui. So those will be 3 players that can hit from the 3-point region. Elmer Reyes and Calma will sit down. So 2 or 3 screens, and they will have a player, probably Ricky Cui, free. If not, then he'll go to Pumaren. Oh, wow! What a pass. Lucky for them, though, that it went outside.
And that ate up 2 seconds out of the starting 11 seconds. We're down to 9 seconds. Tanduay in front by 3. No more timeouts left. Both coaches consume them all. Kidaben from Rainbow Country. He will take it. Short air ball. And he just came in from the outside. You can't do that. Time down to 4 seconds. He caught the air ball shot of Kidaben, who is not really an expert from Rainbow Country. Matter of fact, he doesn't want to take it from there. Tries to intercept, but not enough time. The very first victory for Tanduay Rum.